So, talking as I was in my last short video about Angela Kerr, a lot of you will be aware that she's been doing a series of, she's calling it exciting envelopes, and it's altering envelopes really into various things. So I have altered envelopes for a long time in different ways, but Angela's been really inspiring, and her designs are so pretty. I think I do quite pretty, but not in quite the same way as Angela. So some of these are quite different from hers. Some are more similar. This one, so this is, I've gone from number 1. So this is her first altered envelope. And I've actually used scrapbook paper. So that would be the first difference. This is just a little cluster on a paper clip. And I can't remember exactly what Angela's was like. I don't think she fastened hers, but I decided to put this fastening on here. So it's just, what is it? It's just like a little fold out. I made these a little while ago, so I'm not 100% sure. So this just folds up. So the envelope stays open effectively. This is sealed in. This is Stamperia paper, as you probably recognise. This is the antique papery paper, and this just folds out. And I've put some journaling space here, some ephemera and an old library card in there. This is an illustration for an old children's book, and just some bits and bobs. So that's the first one, envelope 1. Dressed up a bit, do a figure of 8 this time, and I just clipped that on for a bit of extra decoration. So that was her first one, and then I had a go at number 2 with envelopes, and I wanted to do this one really quite similar to Angela's. So she sort of patchwork her paper on, collaged it onto the envelopes. But I didn't feel mine was very successful. I couldn't get it to sit straight, one thing and another. So I abandoned that one and did it slightly differently. I did it with the antique papery. So mine isn't collaged. I have done a window, and I've just put a journal card in there. So that shows through the window. Again, we've got a little paper clip. I enjoyed doing that last one so much I did another one. This just opens out into a glassine bag. This, I think, is in Angela's. And again, there's a card in there. Some writing space, and in the back here, there's another journal card. I've obviously used a Project Life card for that. Trying to use things up really. And I can't remember if I left a gap in the back. No, so that's stuck down, so there's just one pocket there. So that was more satisfactory from my point of view. I have to say Angela's version, when she did it, was perfect. So I don't know, I just couldn't get that to go right. So that was my number 2. Number 3, I had a couple of goes at. This was the first one, and I did use envelope for this one and Amity Bloom paper. So I've made a tag, and I quite liked this. I don't know, just something about it wasn't quite satisfying me really. And on the back, Angela had done the Tim Holtz die, so I just followed her tutorial, which was great. But as I say, I don't know, something about it didn't quite gel for me on that one. I don't think it's bad. So I made a second one of these, and I made it a bit smaller, and I used just paper over card rather than an envelope. Antique papery paper. It's very similar to the last one, but I just found this one more appealing to me. I don't know whether it's the colours maybe. Anyway, and on this one I decided not to put the thing on the back, because I was thinking that this could easily go onto a journal page maybe. So that was 3. This is 4. And again, I used not envelopes, I used my 6x6 scrapbook pads, of which I've got quite a lot. So we've got an envelope, an acetate window on here with a tag. I have to remember which ways these opens. So it opens that way, and there's a tag here, a double pocket effectively there. This opens again, and I've put some ephemera in here. This is an old postcard, a belly band, and then that opens up again. So we've got some writing space here, another of those glassine envelopes with the flower fairy. I really liked this one. So did I say this was my 6x6? No, sorry, this was scrapbook paper and antique papery paper. So that makes a really nice Happy Mail gift. For me, that would be a little bit bulky to put in a journal, but it made a nice gift. So that was 4. This is where I went on to my 6x6 pads. And I think I did use envelopes for this and covered it with the scrapbook paper from those 6x6 pads. This is got a little magnet under it. It's actually in 3, so there we go. So there's a couple of journal cards in there. This is all in. So that went like that, and then on the back I've got an envelope. Just popped a plain card in there, and I've put a notebook. I can't remember, I think Angela did that as well. I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly what matches her original tutorial and what I've done. But obviously, if you just go to her channel, and I'll put the link below, and she's got a separate playlist for all of these, and they are really fun to do. So I definitely recommend them. I'll quickly do the last couple. This is 6, is it, we're on? So I've got Flower Fairy in that pocket. Tag here. Journal card there, another tag there, and a tag in the back. So that's that one. And again, that would, this is made with 6x6 scrapbook paper and card. So rather than envelope, I just made something similar to an envelope with a piece of card. This one I was a bit less enamoured with, if I'm honest, from my point of view. Angela's is absolutely beautiful. But I thought I'd make this using scraps on my desk, and it's a concertina. Actually, now I look at it again, I quite like it. So it's basically 4 pockets. I've made this from an old French book. This is a Flower Fairy in a botanical page. And then on the other side, it's like this. Okay, and this reminded me very much of something I made about 7 or 8 years ago, and I've still got it, so I just fished that out. This was when I was making mini albums, and this too was a concertina. Oops, things are falling out the back. A concertina thing. I can't remember, honestly. Doing these videos, your words just fade away. Those went under there, but they don't stay in very well. So that was, as I say, at least 8 years ago. And then when Angela made this, I thought, oh, that's quite similar. I'll see if I can find that old mini album I made, and there it is. This is much more suitable for junk journals and much more the sort of thing I enjoy now. So I probably will carry on with Angela's tutorials. And if you'd like to see more, let me know. Thank you. Bye-bye.